If they kept Ken Jennings, I'd be cool with that. I also think that he did a really good job. And obviously he also cares so much about that show and the history of that show.
Well, I mean, he also became a producer.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was around like right after he had won like the overall whatchamacallit.
Like the big 3
Yeah.
championship thing.
Yeah, I think that's when he kind of joined the crew and became a producer. So I'm one, not surprised that he was the first guest host, and two, I really thought that they were just gonna go with a permanent replacement, and that was gonna be him. So
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure their end goal is permanent replacement.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like it is really, really. I don't know how many years Trebek was on the show. It had to have been.
It was since the beginning, which was what, in the 70s at some point, like
yeah,
late 70s.
something like that.
Yeah.
And he was somebody that so many people liked. Like nobody was like, "Oh, damn, I wish I could watch Jeopardy, but I really hate Alex Trebek." Right? People like, you know, no, everybody
that's
loved
that's
him.
very true.
So you have this giant brand that is Jeopardy that has to replace the face of their brand, right? The image of their brand,
Right, everything.
and create a brand new identity.
And then there's kind of two things I'm thinking now, which is one, like, if you compare Trebek to like Pat Sajak on Wheel of Fortune, right?
No, you can't compare the two.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying is, like, if Pat Sajak retired or whatever, I think you could replace him pretty easily. No offense to Pat Sajak, but it would not be like it's not even close to the same. But also, you think back to like Bob Barker, the original host of The Price is Right. Like, people loved Bob Barker.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you know, I'm sure there were a lot of people. I'm sure it was a very similar thing where people were like, there's nobody that can replace old Bob. And then obviously Drew Carey. I don't know. I like Drew Carey on that show.
Yeah.
I also think though
good.
that I think that part of the idea that Jeopardy has to go for the like temporary replacements and kind of shuffle them in and out is that Jeopardy is like more of like a classy show. I feel like when it comes to like the way that it's hosted, like. But I also feel like there's potentially money to be made because that's how Alex Trebek like portrayed it, right? Like he was always, you know, proper. That's how the whole show runs. But Jeopardy might be seeing it as an opportunity to, well, maybe, especially we talked about like Aaron Rodgers, like bringing a guy in like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, I feel like would host the show Jeopardy, nothing like Alex Trebek. So maybe they're gonna try a couple different like characters out, you know what I mean? People that come from different backgrounds and act different ways and see like, oh, maybe if we, you know, move out of our initial image of like this, you know, high class professionalism type thing, then maybe we'll get more viewers or less viewers. They might be testing the waters a couple different ways.
That's interesting.
That's how I would see it from like a marketing perspective. Like, how are we gonna now that we don't have Trebek, how are we going to grow our fan
But
base?
if you do it too much,
no,
it's almost like new Coke. Like, people are gonna hate it, especially like the big fans of.
No, yeah, but I mean, until they find, I'm sure that they're focusing on its ratings based too. They probably are looking, you know, at once they have 3 or 4 interim hosts or whatever we want to call them. They'll probably look at the ratings and say, well, this guy did the best.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I also kind of like the idea of guest hosts just because it can give people who are in academia a chance to actually, like, I guess, shine more. You know, more people, like, there's certain people out there, like, we have no idea who they are, what they've done, but they've, you know, have all these incredible accomplishments.
Yeah, and they're super smart.
So.
Yeah. No, and that would be cool, too.
But because of the way that he, like, you know, that Trebek, like, he died while he was, I want to say still in office, because that's kind of what it feels like. Like,
honestly, yeah.
Yeah, like he passed away when he was still serving the
salute
country.
him?
Well, yeah, of course I did. Put some respect on that guy's name. It'd be so weird if it was just like, okay, boom, this guy now, and that's it. So maybe they need to ease people into it.